Good evening, my friends. Merch Hunter Ricky back, and let's just talk a little bit about Yamato's cover story. See, her quest that she's on right now, which is to return Yasui's sword to Hakumai, is a little bit derailed as of the last 3 chapters, which we will get into towards the middle of the video. But for now, I want to talk about how it started. The beginning of her journey is a little bit infuriating. It starts technically in chapter 1109, but that's simply just the cover story shifting to Wano and showing Onigashima sinking. But the next following chapter I call the Flower Capital arc for Yamato's cover story, which has a really long name. It's like Yamato, Ogre Child Yamato's Golden something Surrogate Pilgrimage. I'll write the whole name properly. It's the last thing that I forgot to memorize. Starting from chapter 1110 all the way to 1118, that is just Yamato walking around the Flower Capital saying goodbye to various people. I'll throw up rando panels you'll see. And nothing really of note happens in any of them other than, you know, in the beginning, Kinemon explaining to Yamato what to do, which is just one of the 7. So it takes 7 chapters to even begin her story, which starts off, that's rough, right? Because I don't really care about Wano too much. I'm not gonna lie. I like Wano. It's not a bad arc by any means. It's just like we just left, so you know, I'm good. I'm glad that everyone's eating though. The sheer amount of food you will see in Yamato's cover story as I flash these panels along, it's amazing. Everyone is eating. Every time Yamato has to stop and think, she eats. But the Flower Capital arc's a little hard to digest. It's not that good. It's just her saying bye to people and eating. Then we have the Kibi arc, which I find to be very charming, and I'm glad that they split it in there. So she enters the country of Kibi, which the daimyo is Denjiro. As she enters, she gets kids throwing rocks at her, and they hate Kaido, right? He ruled the country for so long. So now we have Yamato and Denjiro basically dealing with these kids, and they eat with them at the very end of the story, which, you know, it's cute. It's 3 chapters long. It's nothing special, but it's not bad at all. And it's something nice that lets people see that Yamato can slowly integrate herself into the country of Wano without being judged for her parents. The best part about it is obviously the final chapter cover part where they're all eating together, but I specifically like where Denjiro and Yamato meet. I don't know why, I just like the way Denjiro looks. He looks very relaxed. Then starting in 1124, we start the Kuri saga, which obviously it's the best part of the Yamato story. For me, 1124 of all the Yamato panels I'm showing, I'll probably show this one the longest. Damn, it's good. Yamato's like battle position and Osome behind her, amazing. So basically this starts a tale of villainous activity across the land of Kuri. The land of Kuri. Which the daimyo of Kuri I think is Inuarashi, which makes me happy. He is my favorite of those guys. Anyways, Osome is nearly kidnapped, but Yamato saves her. The villain does not have anything that you can fully claim that you can pinpoint to be one person, but the way they look kind of looks like Hold'em. That's what I would say. I know other people have said that too. I did a little bit of research before I did this video. Hold'em, I'm gonna go with Hold'em. If it's not Hold'em, whatever. But later on, down the line in Kuri, Kuri's a big country too. It's like the size of all of Wano. It's that length, right? When she goes all the way to the south of Kuri in Amigasa village, later on she takes a nap with Tama after training with her and this and that, and someone steals her sword. So maybe that same someone is targeting Yamato for having Yamato stopped the guy from kidnapping Osome, right? Then later on we see that someone is missing. I think it's Frankie's, the carpenter Frankie worked for, his name's like Minamoto. He's missing. So an attempted kidnapping, someone is missing, potentially kidnapped. And then we get to the soba shop in Kuri still, where Osome works, and some girls have been taken. Because of this, it is now a little bit more than apparent that there is some nefarious activity at work. And is it based solely off just kidnapping? I mean, this was the motif of the Kaido pirates, right? Or the Beast pirates. They They took people, enslaved them, and kept them in the factories. Udon neighbors Kuri, and I believe that was also part of my research. I saw a lot of people were talking about that too, that it's probably just the Beast Pirates. But let's say it's not. Someone else it could be would be a member of the Charlotte family. I don't really have concrete reasoning as to why it would be the Charlotte family, other than, you know, Big Mom lost it all in Wano. So, you know, the Tea Party was the start of it all, but if she didn't go to Wano, things wouldn't have ended so badly, right? From there, I don't really have anyone else that I would readily point the finger at. Most likely it's the Beast Pirates. I don't really know if it's maybe the Toby Roppo. I don't know if it's King and Queen, because I feel like they're better than this. They don't really need to be kidnapping people and stealing swords. Unless this is someone who truly hates Wano, which, in my opinion, it could be Gecko Moria, because Gecko Moria already stole from Wano numerous times, you know? If it is him, he's probably just trying to get something Ryuma level strong again, because that probably is what kept him safe all those years ago. Now again, the only concrete evidence I could have is that if we look at 1124 and we think that that's not a person but a shadow, who knows, right? I don't know how far Hachinosu is from Wano, but Moria did recently escape, and if he is in Wano, maybe he just landed and is now just starting some nefarious activity, trying to steal some shadows from people, weaker people of course, and, you know, take some people that know some things. Hey, I need a ship. Take that ship right. Take his shadow, force him to work for us. I like that, actually. I'm gonna push that. Yeah, so you know what? That's my new person. It's Gecko Moria now. But basically, I just wanted to talk about Yamato's quest, because in the latest chapter we see Speed, Yamato, Tama, and I think Yamato is riding on Komochiyo. They're actively pursuing the chaser now. They're not really a fighting force, right? The best we have is Yamato followed by Speed, then Komochiyo, then Tama, right? So we're not packing too much heat other than Yamato. That could be bad depending on how many people Gecko Moria have with him. Let's say it is Gecko Moria. If it's the Beast Pirates, Yamato will be straight. They're all injured. I doubt any of them have had time to fully, truly recover, because who would be helping them, right? Also, I wouldn't be shocked if Momonosuke and Kinemon put some quick, like, alright, everybody, make sure they're staying in Udon and whoop their ass daily for the next 20 years. Something like that, you know? I wouldn't be shocked if the Beast Pirates are taken care of, either by Green Bull or by Momonosuke's new government. But if it's Gecko Moria, what kind of personnel is he packing with him? Is Perona in on this? Because that would suck, right? You know, Yamato's quest is weird, and it took 7 chapters to start to get anywhere good. Then we get 3 chapters of wholesomeness, and although wholesomeness is awesome, it is not like forward storytelling, really. Like, it is and it isn't. But the Kuri saga has been the best part. Obviously, that has the most chances to story build and whatnot, but hopefully the interest doesn't end and she doesn't just like walk through Udon and straight into Hakumai or whatever country Hakumai is in. I don't really know like Wano's layout too well. I know it's not even that much. I know it's like flower capital. Like Yamato has made like a small like spiral pattern basically across the, like if Wano was like to be treated like a circle, she started in the center, I believe, the flower capital. Then she went up to whatever Denjiro's country is. I think that's Kibi. And then she went to Kuri, which is just huge. And then under Kuri is Udon. And then after Udon is the wherever Hakumai is, or it's just called Hakumai. And then Ringo. I think I got it right. And then all the way to the south is Onigashima. If I got it right, I will flash like a smiley face or something. Anyways, I just wanted to bring up Yamato's quest because obviously the cover story previously does tie into the current events of Egghead, right? The Germa's emotionless excursion or whatever. That just happened to be concurrent with Egghead and it mattered the whole time. But Yamato's story doesn't really seem to be having an effect on Elbaf. But at a certain point, I feel like it'll have an effect on something. This seems like it's going to be a time to bring Gecko Moria back to the story, and that could be really interesting. And if it is that, let's see if I'm right? Anyways, I don't feel like wasting any more time. Thank you all for watching the video, and if you like Yamato's quests, this kind of chit chat, I can do more videos like this where it's more like just spitballing and more interactivity with you guys. So let me know. See ya.